Previously, on Sailing Tiny Bubbles, we left Marathon, Florida and headed for the Bahamas, crossing the Gulf Stream in rough seas and a long night offshore. The ride was wet and the waves relentless. But just before sunrise, everything changed. As we reached the Bahama banks, the winds eased and the ocean turned completely still, glowing orange under the rising sun. 5 boats made the crossing together and dropped anchor side by side. And just like that, we were back in the Bahamas, ready for the adventures ahead. But this adventure might require a little courage. In this episode, we sailed to Hoffman Key to explore the crystal clear, perfectly still, and incredibly deep waters of the Blue Hole. The question is, who's brave enough to take the 20-foot plunge? And that wasn't the only surprise waiting for us. At this anchorage, we also discovered a bright pink hillside bar called Flo's, a hidden cruiser's hangout that you can spot from the water, and some very curious turtles that came right up to the camera to say hello. Just another day exploring the Bahamas with 5 boats and good friends. Welcome to another episode. Married 39 years, retired, 3 children, 7 grandchildren, and a perfectly good life on land. We're trading our comfortable routine for an adventure while we're still young enough to climb a mast and old enough to know better. This is your Captain Tiny. And I'm your first mate, Bubbles. And this is our saga aboard Tiny Bubbles. Follow the journey with all its triumphs, laughs, and challenging moments, and be inspired to dream about your adventure. With 5 boats exploring the Bahamas together, we pulled anchor and headed north to a new anchorage near Hoffman's Key. Our buddy boat just caught a dolphin. And one of the boats behind us said fish on, but I'm not sure what they've caught. So Dale is inspired. He's putting out a pole. Hoffman Key sits right along the edge of the Exuma chain, a collection of keys known for some of the clearest water in the world. Protected from the ocean swell, this anchorage gives us a front row seat to these shallow sandbanks and shifting blues that make the Bahamas so iconic. With just a few boats around us, it feels remote, peaceful, like we've found our own little corner of paradise. And after a beautiful sail in, there's nothing better than dropping the hook and soaking it all in.
thing come back here?
We do the floaty thing on the boat.
I'll blow it up and throw it off the back.
Like tie it between two boats so it can go anywhere?
Yeah, there's no reason to waste that much steam fuel.
Alright, cool.
I think as soon as these clouds clear, it'll be sunny.
Tucked into Hoffman Key is a deep blue hole formed when ancient limestone caves collapsed and filled with water. About 50 feet deep, it's fed by underground connections to the ocean, creating that dark, almost surreal color. And from up here, it looks even deeper.
Oh, you guys gotta do it. All right. But it's cool, you got a GoPro, so. Nice.
It was not facing me. I didn't lose the
Way to use the shoes, Dad.
You real one?
No, you got both.
Oh, okay. I always have one in my hand. How's it going?
All right, you're up. Oh my God! She just front flipped. No way.
Nowhere.
Cool.
Fly your flag. That's your goal.
We've had a good day. So we're all ready to go back and get warm. So we've needed to take a morning to stay on the boat. I had a chicken I needed to cook, some green beans I need to cook. I have some fresh mahi that I need to cook. And those don't cook themselves. You gotta take the time, get out the stuff. So I'm doing my chicken in the Instant Pot. I'll need to let it cool and take it off the bone, and then I'm going to put the carcass back in the broth and make some delicious bone broth. I've got my fresh green beans that I didn't want to go bad that I'm going to saute in some butter along with our fresh mahi, and I've got some rice sitting over here. And that should give us some good meal options and leftovers. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Dale's making the most of our on-boat morning. What are you doing, dude?
I'm going to bolt this motor to that transformer.
It's a good idea.
Using this bolt.
It's a big one.
Yes.
Yeah, we've got it clamped on there, but to really secure it, especially when you're going through choppy water, our friend Drago was zipping along beside us with his OC tender and his 9.9 engine, and went into some chop, and one of those clamps came undone. Luckily, he didn't lose the whole thing in the water, but definitely it was twisted sideways. So once you get the hole made, do you have to do anything to fill the hole before you put the bolt in?
Oh, we're going to put the fillet bit.
Hi, adventurers of the sea. The special adventurers off to go lobstering. Hello.
Yeah, we got room. You want to come?
Oh, I'm bolting this motor to the. I'm doing some. Can you get to flows by going in from the north, or do you have to go clear around the
You
south?
have to go around the south. We had to walk our dinghy backwards because we tried going north leaving and it's 0 feet of water.
Okay.
Yeah, so go down to the bottom
Got
of
it.
that one and then head north.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Have fun. Good luck.
I think your timing's gonna be pretty good.
We have our VHF, so we'll probably message you guys there because I don't think any of our phones will work.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Have fun. Squared away, I'm coming. Honest, man.
Yeah, I mean, I only found out like the day after you guys left, and somebody was like, "Yeah, we don't care." I'm like, what? Like honestly, getting Bam Bam squared away was like the toughest thing. Clearing in here was a piece of cake.
Oh yeah, they
They didn't even come on the boat.
really good.
Pulling up to Flo's Conch Bar, you know you've found someplace special. The bright pink building on the shoreline has been welcoming boaters for years. Started by the legendary Flo, a true Bahamian character known for her hospitality and unforgettable conch dishes. Out front, there's a mountain of conch shells, a reminder of just how many people have come here before us. Inside, the walls are filled with photos and stories, a place built on community, not just cooking. And the conch fritters? Fresh, crispy, and absolutely worth the dinghy ride over. But really, it's the kind of place where the memories matter just as much as the meal.
Sip a drink by poolside light, palm tree sway to the beat, colors vibrant, pure delight, every moment feels so sweet. Every moment feels so sweet. From Nassau to Exumas bright, crystal waters, emerald gleam, jumping as through starry nights, living out.
Hoffman Key has so many beautiful beaches to explore, but this one had a little something extra. A quiet stretch of sand, a simple fire pit, and paths lined with conch shells leading inland.
When we were excited coming back.
Shells there, painted.
Oh, cute.
Conch shell path looks like it goes up a bit, and where you can see it, that's where it ends.
Yeah, and then turn
Oh, really?
past to the blue hole. So we walked back up there and took you to the same spot.
Fun. But in the water, that's where the magic happened. 2 curious sea turtles swam right up to us, completely unbothered, and close enough for some pretty unforgettable photos. While sailing can be physically demanding underway, there are quieter stretches in between, and Tiny's still putting in the work, turning the bow into his own floating gym.
Here are the boats we've been hanging out with. Getting ready to go down to Nassau tomorrow with all of them.
With provisions running low, it was time to leave Hoffman Key and begin the 43-mile journey to Nassau. Leaving Hoffman Key, our little group had grown to 6 boats, all heading toward Nassau together. With the wind in our favor, we were able to shut down the engines, raise the sails, and enjoy one of those perfect passages you always hope for.
Well, folks, we have achieved a milestone. Tammy and I are actually sailing. Motors are quiet. Sort of going beamish, beam to downwind. Absolutely gorgeous. There she is, in charge.
Sailing like this, engines off, just wind and water, it reminds me of something I read not too long ago about how something as simple as tiny bubbles is actually saving the shipping industry billions of dollars. So here's how it works. Any boat moving through the water is constantly fighting resistance, what's called drag. Water is a lot denser than air, so as the hull pushes through it, it creates friction that naturally slows the boat down and requires more energy to keep it moving. But engineers figured out something pretty clever. If you introduce air bubbles, tiny bubbles underneath the hull, and not just any bubbles, they have to be really small, microscopic actually. Those tiny bubbles form a thin layer between the hull and the water, almost like a cushion of air, which reduces the amount of direct contact with the water. And that means less drag, which lets the boat glide more efficiently through the water. And once you start looking for it, even something as simple as bubbles along a hull start to make a lot more sense. This is our passage breakfast.
Avocado toast.
On homemade bread.
Man.
Not too shabby. But I used our last 2 eggs, our last 2 pieces of bacon, our last avocado. It's time to provision.
Good thing we're going to land, huh?
Yep. Six sailboats, 1 perfect sail, arriving in Nassau, excited for what comes next.
I have to remember, like,
Next time on Tiny Bubbles, we take on driving on the wrong side of the road, sneak in a girls' night out to a Mexican restaurant, and explore the underwater statues off Clifton Bay. And while we're exploring the Bahamas, our kids are chasing their own adventures. From the cold of Alaska to the wilds of Australia. Thank you so much for watching our crazy adventures, and we'd love it if you'd like, share, comment, and please subscribe so you don't miss a future episode. Until next time.